Have you ever felt like something was pulling at you, even in the silence, like you were meant to hear something no one else could? If you're hearing this right now, it's not by accident. You didn't stumble here. You were led. There's a reason your heart feels restless tonight. There's a reason you can't shake that feeling deep in your chest, that quiet whisper that keeps showing up when you're alone with your thoughts. Maybe you've been doubting yourself lately. Maybe you've been wondering if God even sees you anymore. Maybe you've been asking, why me? Why this season? Why does it feel like I'm walking through fog with no direction? But what if I told you that the very fact you're asking those questions is proof you're being called? See, God doesn't call the perfect. He calls the willing. He calls the ones who are tired, confused, a little broken, maybe even angry. He calls the ones who've been knocked down and are still trying to stand back up. That's you, right now, listening, searching, seeking something real. And that's exactly what makes you chosen. Let me tell you something. Being chosen doesn't mean your life suddenly gets easy. It doesn't mean you won't cry anymore, or doubt anymore, or feel lost anymore. Being chosen means you've been trusted with a journey that's going to shape you into who you're meant to become. It means God saw your heart, your struggle, your pain, and said, this one, I'm walking with this one. Think about it like this. You know when you're scrolling late at night, maybe you can't sleep, maybe your mind's racing, and suddenly you see something that hits different. A message, a verse, a song, a video like this one. You stop. You feel something shift. That's not random. That's God tapping you on the shoulder saying, I'm here, I see you, and I'm not letting go. There was a woman I once heard about who lost her job, her apartment, and her confidence all in the same month. She felt invisible, like the world had moved on without her. One morning, sitting in her car with nowhere to go, she whispered, God, if you're real, show me something, anything. And that same day, a stranger paid for her coffee and left a note that said, you are seen, you are loved, keep going. She didn't know that stranger, but God did. That's how He works, through moments, through people, through the things we almost miss. Maybe you've had moments like that too. Moments where something small reminded you that you're not forgotten. A song on the radio, a text from someone you hadn't heard from in years, a sunrise that made you stop and breathe. Those aren't coincidences. Those are whispers. And if you're hearing this right now, consider this another one. But here's the thing. Being chosen also means being tested. It means walking through valleys where you can't see the top. It means trusting when nothing makes sense. It means holding on when everything in you wants to let go. And that's hard. That's really hard. But it's in those moments, in that darkness, that your faith becomes real. Not because you're pretending everything's fine, but because you're choosing to believe even when you can't see. There's a verse that says, many are called, but few are chosen. And I think what that really means is this. A lot of people hear the call, but not everyone answers. Not everyone says yes. Not everyone steps forward when they're scared. But you're still here. You're still listening. You're still seeking. That alone tells me you're chosen because you didn't turn away. Let me share something with you. There was a man who felt like he wasted his life. He was older now, looking back with regret. He prayed one night and said, God, I feel like I missed my purpose, like I was supposed to do something great and I didn't. And in the stillness, he felt something speak to his heart. You're still breathing, aren't you? Then it's not over. A few months later, he started mentoring young men in his neighborhood who didn't have father figures. He didn't have money. He didn't have a platform, but he had presence. And that changed lives. Because being chosen isn't about being famous. It's about being faithful. So if you're sitting there thinking, I'm not special, I'm not strong, I don't have it all together, let me stop you right there. That's exactly why you're chosen. Because God doesn't need you to be perfect. He needs you to be present. He needs you to show up even when you're tired, even when you're scared, even when you don't have all the answers. Let's pause for a second. If you're feeling this, if something in your spirit is stirring right now, I want you to pray with me. You don't have to say it out loud. Just let your heart speak. God, I don't always understand your plan. I don't always feel strong, but I'm here. I'm listening. I'm choosing to believe that you see me, that you're with me, and that you're leading me somewhere I can't see yet. Help me trust you. Help me walk in faith, even when the path is dark. Remind me that I'm not alone. Remind me that I'm chosen, not because I'm perfect, but because you love me. Amen. Now take a breath. Feel that. That's peace trying to settle in. That's grace reminding you that you don't have to carry everything on your own. Here's what I want you to remember. You are not an accident. You are not a mistake. You are not too late, too broken, or too far gone. You are here in this moment because God is calling you forward, not to pressure you, not to scare you, but to remind you that your life has meaning, that your story matters, that your faith, even when it's small, is enough to move mountains. Maybe you've been waiting for a sign. Maybe this is it. Maybe the fact that you clicked on this video, that you listened this far, that something in you is stirring. Maybe that's God saying, I'm with you. Keep going. You're on the right path. And I want to leave you with this. If this message touched something in you tonight, go ahead and hit that like button and subscribe to stay locked in. And if you know someone who's walking through a hard season right now, someone who feels lost or forgotten, send this to them. You're not just sharing a video. You're passing along hope. You're passing along light. You're reminding someone that God still speaks, still moves, still cares. And when you do that, when you spread His word with love, you're walking in His spirit. You're standing taller in His sight. So let me ask you, where are you watching from? What time is it where you are right now? Drop it in the comments. Let's build a community of faith right here, right now. Remember this, you are chosen, not because of what you've done, but because of whose you are. Amen.